And he kind of ran away at first and felt embarrassed, and then he came back and he said, I have something called CP, and that's why I walk on my toes. And I was so proud of him. And then the next thing he said kind of broke my heart. And he said, good morning and welcome back to Our Life in Holland. It is a very special day at our house because today is World Cerebral Palsy Day, and we are so excited to celebrate this today. I've got my green on. I'm going to be getting everybody in the family in their green so that we can talk today on the vlog about cerebral palsy. I'm so grateful for this opportunity to bring more awareness to the world about what cerebral palsy is, how it affects people that have that diagnosis. There are 17 million people around the world that have cerebral palsy, and yet so many people have no idea what it is and no idea what that means. In fact, Justin and I were some of those people. Before we had Landon, we had no idea what cerebral palsy was. We didn't realize how big the spectrum was, how differently it can affect people. So hopefully we will be able to educate everybody a little bit and help you understand better what it means to have cerebral palsy.
So guys, we are down a vlogging camera. So iPhones ironically have very good, especially the iPhone 11 Pro, very good video quality. So I'll be filming with that tonight. But the problem is it's very shaky. So I got a mobile gimbal on Amazon from Holland. Was very impressed actually with this setup. You don't have to stabilize or balance the gimbal. You just throw your iPhone in there and it works. So it comes in this very nice packaging with a tripod as well. And it's Bluetooth connected, so it actually will connect to your phone and allow you to do all sorts of different adjustments to the video quality, flip it into selfie mode, things like that. So anyway, so highly recommend this. We'll be filming on this evening.
It is dance day for Miss Ava girl. Dance and tumbling day. She's got her tutu on. Can you do a little twirl? Okay, love you.
Lindsay is at Turin's strength and agility training, which is pretty cool because he's actually training with a former BYU receiver and currently a NFL free agent wide receiver, which is pretty cool. In fact, let's go check in on them and see how they're doing before we head over to Ashton's game.
All right, I've got Turbo here. We are in between practices right now. He had a speed and agility practice with a guy named Colby Pearson. He played football for BYU. He was a wide receiver, and then he actually was a free agent for the Packers. So BYU Packers were obviously huge fans. He is doing speed and agility training now. So a friend of ours recommended him, said he was amazing. So Turin went there today and did his initial testing to kind of see where he's at with all the different measurements that they take. So he did things like sprinting, 300-yard shuttle push, chin-ups, push-ups, things like that, and then he made goals. So we're gonna show you a little bit of what he did there.
It is crazy to me how often, honestly, we are moving around with kids. It feels like I never actually even get to see Lindsay until the evening time. So I am curious, this is a question to all of you couples out there, or honestly, anyone in general. Will you recommend some good TV shows for Lindsay and I? Because we are dying to find a good TV show and don't really know of any. So comment down below if you guys have some good TV shows so Lindsay and I can spend some time together, watching some shows at night. Because that's really the only time we get to actually hang out, is because during the day I'm at work. When I get home, it's all kids stuff. And by the time the day is down to kids in bed, we're exhausted and we just want to hang out and relax. And so a recommended TV show would be great. Isn't that right, Ava? You'll be asleep, so you wouldn't really know about it.
Okay, you guys, we are getting home and eating a super late dinner tonight. We stopped on the way home and got some Chick-fil-A, because my darling friend gifted us not one, not two, but 3 beautiful dressers. I'm so excited because I haven't talked about this for a long time, but I have been wanting to redo the kids' rooms for a very long time, and these dressers are so beautiful. I cannot believe she's just giving them away. They were heavy though, weren't they, Jack?
Oh boy, Benj can attest. These things were heavy.
It took Justin and Benj like some solid effort to get those out of the house. So now we have to get them into our house, and actually the third one is still there. But exciting room transformations to come.
On their way, people.
Right now, Ava is using a dresser that has the tiniest little, like 3 tiny, tiny, tiny little drawers. You can barely fit anything in them. The drawers fall out all the time. I could not be more excited about these dressers. So right now, we are eating Chick-fil-A around the counter at bedtime. Okay, Lando is a spicy chicken sandwich kind of guy. Ava, she's a fruit cup with a side of a few chicken nuggets kind of girl.
And she's a peanut.
Justin.
Someone's allergic to peanuts.
Who's allergic to peanuts? Nobody could be allergic to peanuts because you're so stinking cute. Justin is a grilled chicken sandwich kind of guy.
Grilled chicken and grilled nuggets, however.
They messed up the order.
So
So he's getting some crispy chicken nuggets
which are
tonight.
more better.
They're yummy anyway. Did you just say more better?
Yeah, it's more better. Sorry.
Ooh. Ashy Bash is a chicken nugget kind of guy. And Turin is a second dinner kind of guy, right? He already ate earlier. Who can pass up on some bedtime snacks over here?
Okay, so as Lindsay mentioned earlier, today is World Cerebral Palsy Day. For those that are new to our channel, you may not know that we have a son, Landon, who has cerebral palsy. And so we are dressed in the iconic green here to represent cerebral palsy. So what we thought we'd do is go around the room and let each child and parent say something about CP, whether that's something they love about it, something they've learned about it, something that we have come to appreciate in our home for the last 9 years, having a very special, awesome young man, Landon Bingham, in our house.
Can I be the first one to do it?
Yes, you may. Okay, let's hear it, girl.
CP is awesome.
Yeah. Okay, Ash, you said you wanted to go next?
What I love about CP is that Landon doesn't complain about it. He's always just running. He's always like, he tries to act like a normal kid. He doesn't feel bad for himself and be like, oh yeah, I have CP, I guess it can't be normal. He tries his hardest to be normal, and that's what I liked about CP.
That's awesome. Cool. All right, Mr. Turbo, what do you got, brother?
My favorite thing probably about CP is like when Landon was diagnosed for CP, they said that he probably wouldn't ever be able to walk, he'd be in a wheelchair. He can run just fine now.
Yeah, he's kind of like a gazelle hunting down, wait a minute, gazelles don't hunt anything. He's like a cheetah hunting down a gazelle.
So CP doesn't really make me bad, it makes me better, and I like it. It's because I have to do hard things and I like doing challenging things.
You say you like doing challenging things? Yeah, one thing that's very special is it doesn't really slow you down, you know, despite the fact that guys, and Landon has days where he says it's hard, and it is hard, but it just doesn't really change his outcome. He just tries hard no matter what, CP or no CP. I mean, guys, we have learned a lot, obviously, in the last 9 years about cerebral palsy. CP, you know, while it is damage to the brain, you know, cognitively, a lot of children, a lot of people with CP are completely cognitive.
It's a common misunderstanding.
Common misunderstanding, you know, because maybe they have some sort of physical, visible physical disability. Doesn't mean they have any type of mental disability. So Landon is as sharp as a tack. In fact, I think that, and again, I'd have to, I'm trying to figure out how I want to phrase this. You can tell that God has given these individuals certain, where they might lack in physical capabilities, they make up in other areas of their life, and it seems to really be in the mental areas. I mean, Landon's very sharp, he can memorize anything, he can remember anything, mathematically he's there, so he excels. Yeah, he just excels in so many other areas where others may not, because I think that, you know, maybe he was given a little bit extra help in those areas where maybe, because he maybe lacks in other more physical areas.
Okay, just a little tidbit of information on what exactly cerebral palsy is. It is neurological, and it is usually damage to the part of the brain that communicates with your body. So it makes it so that the brain has a difficult time communicating with either your arms or your legs, depending on what type of CP you have. But because it's neurological, the brain is very plastic. So unlike some diseases where it's degenerative and it gets worse over time, this is actually something that has the potential to get better. And in Landon's case, it has gotten so much better. You know, through his determination and hard work, he has come so far. He started off, you know, a level 3 with cerebral palsy, and he is now a level 1, which is incredible and unheard of. So that
very uncommon, and like Tern said earlier, he was, and we were told to be in a wheelchair the rest of his life. So.
And some people with CP are in wheelchairs, and some people you would maybe not even notice that they walk differently. So there's a large spectrum of people with cerebral palsy. There's honestly so much we could talk about when it comes to cerebral palsy that it's really hard to keep it short. And maybe when it's Cerebral Palsy Awareness Month, we will share something every day on the vlog that month so that you guys can learn more about it. I hope you've enjoyed that today. I just wanted to end the vlog with a really sweet story of something that happened today, which felt like no coincidence to me, and it just was kind of one of those experiences that I ended up in tears, because I believe that in those moments that God is putting those experiences and those people into your lives because you're supposed to have them. So I'm already crying as I start the story. Her cute little girl has a little crush on Landon, and tonight she asked Landon the question, after she's played with him quite a few times, she said, "Landon, did you break your foot?" And Landon kind of ran to Kaylee and I and just said, "Mom, Mom, she just asked me if I broke my foot." And I said, "Landon, that's her asking you. She's curious and wondering why you walk a little bit differently. So why don't you explain to her, you know, that you don't have a broken foot?" And he kind of ran away at first and felt embarrassed. And then he came back and he said, "I have something called CP, and that's why I walk on my toes." And I was so proud of him. And then the next thing he said kind of broke my heart. And he said, "It's okay if you don't like me anymore." And my heart just like shattered into a million pieces. And then Kaylee's little girl turned to him and she said, "I think that's really brave, and I still like you a lot." I just felt like that was the most beautiful experience Landon could have had, because I'm his mom, but for somebody, one of his peers, to say, "No, Landon, that makes you brave, and I like you a lot." The whole way home we talked about it, because he often says, "I have the biggest struggle in our family," or "I have the biggest struggle of anyone I know," and he feels sad about that. And I said, "Guess what, Landon? What if you stopped saying it's my biggest struggle and you started saying it's actually my greatest superpower? Because your CP is why we know that you're brave, and your CP is why we know that you're so hardworking, and your CP is why we know that you are so incredibly determined." So what if we started saying that CP is your superpower, because CP makes you more lovable, not less lovable. So it's a great lesson for all of us, right? But I just wanted to end on that note with that beautiful experience that CP is Landon's superpower, and he blesses our family so much.
So guys, happy World Cerebral Palsy Day. Thank you so much for watching today's video. You know what? Give it a thumbs up, right? For all those that have CP out there, and for all those that struggle with something, give this video a thumbs up for us, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night, everybody.